Next up, we'll be talking about the best time to practice the phase and utilize these various cycling techniques that we've been going over, which essentially I've covered in basically like every single one of the recent videos. Essentially sleep about 6 hours, set an alarm, wake up, go back to sleep. Then you utilize the natural awakenings from that point on to, practice these cycling techniques. However, he goes into it in more detail here and gives you like a second, third, and fourth option. So we'll cover it real quick. First of all, phase entrance is most likely to occur during REM sleep, obviously, and the longer you sleep throughout the night, you spend exponentially more time per sleep cycle. In REM, you typically get done with all your deep sleep in the first like 2 or 3 sleep cycles. Sleep occupied by frequent interruptions can be put to productive use, essentially this whole indirect method, because after you sleep 6 hours and go back to sleep, you'll have a lot more natural awakenings from that point on. How to find the best time. Subtract 2 hours from the time you would normally wake up or sleep in until. Essentially, you want to wake up without having had enough sleep and then go back to bed. If when practicing the deferred method, the phaser does not awaken during the second half of the night's sleep when attempts are to be made, then the problem consists in insufficient attention when falling asleep, poor motivation, too brief an interval between the first and second halves of the night's sleep, or the first half of the night's sleep being too short. If one is unable to even fall back asleep during the deferred method, then one should shorten the interval between the first and second halves of sleep, as well as shorten the first half of sleep itself. It is in large measure due to the deferred method that classroom courses at experimental seminars allow up to 2/3 of class participants to enter the phase in the course of a single weekend. The second most effective window of time for entering the phase is ordinary morning awakenings. This generally occurs during light slumber following a full night's sleep. So you just wake up whenever you typically would in the morning, but then, set aside some time to lounge around in bed. After that point, then, practice going through these reps of cycling techniques. Another effective time to practice indirect techniques is after awakening from a daytime nap. Sleep will be light and short, allowing memory and attention to be kept intact through to the moment of awakening, right? Where if you only have to hold that memory in mind throughout, like a 1 hour nap versus like a 7 hour overnight sleep, it's a lot easier to hold that in mind for that 1 hour than like 7 or 8+ hours. And then the least effective way, but one that could still be utilized. Nighttime awakenings are the least effective because the brain still requires a lot of deep sleep. The nighttime option is best for those who lack an opportunity to use other windows of time for practicing the phase. And with that, we'll wrap it up there. And until the next video, keep your phase practice legit.